Hello folks, welcome back to my channel. This is Horror Town, and today I have another horror movie review for you, and this time I've decided that I'll be doing it on the movie called 1408. 1408 is actually a 2007 American psychological horror film, according to Wikipedia, that was actually based on a short story written by Stephen King and published in 1999. This movie was directed by Michael Hafstrom and written by Matt Greenberg, Scott Alexander, and Larry Karaszewski, and it stars John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson as the main characters of the film. So, what is this movie about? So, we have a main character whose name is Mike Enslin, who is named Mike Enslin, and he's basically an author of books, and he pretty much goes to different allegedly haunted places across America, if I'm not mistaken, and he likes to basically debunk certain things, right? So that's pretty much what he does. And as the movie goes on, his interest is piqued as he decides that his next location, his next destination, I guess, would be in a hotel named the Dolphin, right? And especially that room that is off limits to the public, to people, and this it would be room 1408. So he decides to go there, and he asks the hotel manager, and the hotel manager actually happens to be Gerald Olin, who is played by Samuel L. Jackson, right? And basically, at first, the hotel manager, that is, tries to dissuade our friend Mike by telling him about, some very scary occurrences that have happened in this room, and previous customers' experiences, in an effort to try to scare him away from this. But he just wouldn't hear it, so he decides to go there anyway. And after obviously, some heated arguments, and obviously, yes, a lot of many things, are said, right? He ends up being given the room key, and he's going to spend a whole entire night inside this hotel room, right? And as he's there, he starts by basically, as he usually does, taping. He has this kind of tape recorder kind of thing. I don't know exactly what it's called, but he starts to speak basically to let his get his thoughts in order for when he writes his book, and he starts to basically narrate the events that are happen. The Basically, he just lets himself know about what are his impressions of the place. But soon afterwards, he's gonna find out that some pretty scary things are gonna start to occur in that room. And eventually, his skepticism, his reluctance are gonna be put to the test, as he's gonna be witnessing certain things that he cannot explain for himself. So that's pretty much it for this film. Obviously, this the character is gonna try to, after he finds out that the rumors might be true about the place, that he might have made the biggest mistake of his life by deciding to go there. He's gonna try to escape, but it's gonna turn out to be a harder thing to do than he originally thought, right? So, yes, getting out of that room alive in one piece is gonna turn out to be quite a challenge, right? And yeah, he's gonna face a lot of different things which he didn't he couldn't have imagined before he accepted to go to that room. And yeah, it's gonna turn out to be heck of an experience, right? So this is pretty much it for this film, I believe. So what did I think about it? Obviously, I absolutely loved this film. It is so underrated. Many people do not really talk about this film. I don't know why, I couldn't tell, but this is one such a good film, such a good film. I absolutely loved, I enjoyed the heck out of it, especially with the whole kind of the writer, Mike. He's not actually, you don't like him at first as a character. He's pretty moody, pretty annoying actually. I believe that he speaks kind of, he speaks trash most of the time. He's not really a good positive person, but eventually you end up, as the movie goes on, you start to identify with him as he's trapped in that room and he's trying his level best to escape. And obviously I really like about this film, something that is so good is the whole, you know the line between fiction and reality is blurred, and you don't know what's real and what's not. Is it in his head? Is he imagining what's happening? So it's a complete, you completely disoriented, right? You don't know what is what. So I really liked how this film really plays on that fear, right? It's really psychological and it's so good, so good. I really enjoyed it. The scenes in the hotel room are scary. There's a scene involving water. There's a fire at some point. The character is trying to call for this room service or something like that, and it's like he can't seem to. It's like he's completely cut out from the outside world, right? He's completely in a place where, like in another dimension, right? Such a good positive experience. Honestly, this movie is such a gem in horror, and it's absolutely such a positive experience that, if you like horror, if you like horror films and you want to watch one that would let you, experience fear in a whole new level, 1408 is the movie that you need to watch, right? I kid you not. This is a film which there's a lot of, the performances are very good. The actors did a very good job. The screenplay is written in such a good way. It's actually, yes, I haven't read the book yet, but I really want to, as it is a short story written by Stephen King. But to make that into a movie, to turn that short story into an hour and a half film, and in such that narrates exactly, I believe, I'm not sure how faithful it is to the book, but I imagine that it is, because it's exactly the kind of feel you get from reading a Stephen King novel, right? It's absolutely, it's very similar, I would say, because everything that happens, the way the story runs its course, you completely, it feels so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you're trapped in this with this character, and you don't know what is going to be his next move, so, and what else is going to happen. So you completely kind of, it keeps you on the edge of your seats, right? Keeps you on your toes. And as the movie goes on, and it, develops, you're going to see more scary things, more terrifying occurrences that, there, it just makes you, as a horror movie fan, really enjoy it, really enjoy it. So I really, really liked this film a lot, and I really would want to urge those who haven't watched it yet to do so. It is absolutely wonderful. It's such a good movie. It really makes you, it scares you, all right? It scares you because it's psychological, right? It's kind of a thriller, but mixed with horror elements as well. It's a horror film, but it's such a, it's a masterpiece because it really kind of, plays on different fronts, right? On the one hand, you have psychological, you have the fear factor, the fact that the character is told not to do something, that this room is off limits, but at the same time, he wants to go there anyway, and he's gonna learn the hard way. He's gonna pay the price for his daring, for his basically, for, he's challenging, the more, basically, the more they try to talk him out of it, to go into that room, the more he wants to, right? So it has the absolute opposite effect, right? He wants to go there all the more and see for himself what it is, and he believes that it's just any run of the mill kind of thing for him, being who he is. But it turns out that it's much more. He bit on more than he could chew, and this whole character, his this kind of the fact that he's out of his element at that time, and that he realizes that the walls are closing in on him and all of that. In the hotel room also, such a good experience, such a wonderful time that I had as a viewer. I watched this film about two times, right? Twice, and I've never the impact, the way it affects me, is something that I cannot say the same about other horror films. So John Cusack as the main character is so good, so good. Then we have Samuel L. Jackson, once again really good. We have Miriam McCormack who plays Lily. We have other characters. I'm not gonna get into all the characters' names, all the actors. Needless to say, they all did a terrific job, but especially those three main ones: John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson, as well as Miriam McCormack. And there is something about the character's life, about his past, about his family, which I won't spoil for you, but obviously it definitely puts things into perspective. And at first, you probably hate the guy, right? You probably think that he's a mean jerk because of the way he is. He's not very respectful. He's pretty disrespectful. He's pretty haughty. He's pretty rude. Pretty much of a dirtbag character, kind of. But as the movie goes on, you kind of see him. You kind of see a different side of him, and it makes you kind of, I wouldn't say love the character, but you kind of understand him. Now, I would really recommend you to watch this film if you haven't already. I urge you to do so if you like horror films, especially if you've read the novel, the short story. Sorry, let me know in the comment section down below whether you liked it or not, whether you liked the short story or not, and whether you liked this film or not, and how close it is to the short story. But needless to say, that this is the kind of movie you want to watch on your own, by yourself, alone. Why would I say such a thing? Because when you're alone, it makes it so much easier to relate to the character, to his experience, to how he is, to everything that goes on in that hotel room. And yeah, as I mentioned, his skepticism, his reluctance are gonna be put to the test, as he gonna be experiencing things he cannot explain, right? Even though he was kind of going, trying to debunk, as I said, a lot of stuff, in the movie, in that fictional reality, of course, of the film, of the novel. But here it's like, yes, he's gonna learn the hard way that, obviously that he was rude and everything, and people were trying to, you know, tell him not to do something, but he did it anyway. So he's kind of that. There's that kind of I guess, it's like a child, when you tell them not to go near the cookie jar, or, you tell them not to do something, they want to do it even more. So it's kind of that same symbolism, right? That he's like a spoiled brat who's gonna who wants to have it his way, right? But eventually, as he does have it his way, he's gonna learn that yeah, he should have reconsidered his choice. But then it's too late for that, as he's gonna be kind of yeah, put in in the hot spot, so to speak. So really enjoyed this film. Really, the sequences are good. The jump scares, the action, everything is so well done, so well done, and especially from yes, the whole room, the at the Dolphin Hotel. I believe that I mentioned that. That is gonna be brought to his attention, and his interest is gonna be piqued, as he's gonna want to go there. It's in New York City. I didn't mention it, but yeah, he's gonna travel the way there. He was in California before, promoting his books and all that, and there he's gonna get that postcard, and he's gonna decide that this is the next his next location, his next to go place, right? So as he goes there, yeah, this is when the fun begins. I mean, for him, not so much, but for us as viewers, it's so good, especially the scenes at night when he's trapped. There's a window scene and he tries to escape. Those who have watched it know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something about the water specifically, which I won't say what, but I'll let you find out for yourselves. But needless to say, this is an awesome horror film, so I really, really enjoyed it. So if I were to rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end, the way it progresses, the pacing. I don't know about the book, but I'm pretty sure that, yes, putting a short story into an hour and a half film is can be difficult, can be challenging, but nevertheless, they decided to do it anyway, right? Which gave birth to an awesome film, and which also kind of it also it's interesting that I mentioned the term challenge because this individual, the writer, is gonna take this as a challenge, not to go to that room, that off limits room that he's not allowed to go to. He's gonna decide to heck with it and just go ahead and see for himself, right? And try to, you know, see for himself what it is, what's going on in there. So anyhow, if I were to rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10, as I said, 9 out of 10. Awesome horror movie, awesome directing, awesome screenplay. Everything is awesome about it. The actors, the characters, really, really enjoyed it. So 9 out of 10 for me, definitely a classic. And if you haven't watched it, I would definitely encourage you to do so. So I guess that's pretty much it for this review. As I said, 9 out of 10, and that about wraps it up. So what about you folks? What did you think about 14 Away? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below if you've read the story or not, and how good the movie is compared to it, how good the novel is, whatever you want to tell me. Which one is the best in your opinion? Which one is best, sorry. And I would really like to read the story as well after having watched this movie. I'm pretty sure that the short story, the novel, must also be pretty good, pretty darn interesting. So that's it for this review. 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next review, God willing, for another horror movie review. And in the meantime, folks, stay safe, goodbye, take care, and as I said, 9 out of 10 for me. Bye bye, folks. This is Horror Town signing off.